presentation is on Alaska, the last frontier. The history of Alaska begins at around 14,000 BC, when tribes from present-day Russia crossed a land bridge, which is now non-existent, to present-day Alaska. Then, around 1784-80, Russian explorers rediscovered Alaska and mostly made peace with the natives. Around 1800, the Russian-American Company, also known as Russian America, was created, which was like a very big colony. However, the Crimean War nearly bankrupted Russia, so in 1867, the Alaskan Territory was sold to the USA for $7.2 million. Even after it was bought by the USA, it wasn't a state, but it was a territory. Nothing happened until about 5 years later, when gold was discovered in Sitka. And in 1888, over 60,000 people arrived in Alaska in search for gold. Another gold rush happened in 1897. This time over 100,000 gold seekers rushed north. This added to the economy and population. Alaska has some state symbols. The state bird of Alaska is the willow ptarmigan. It was not chosen by the government, but by school children in 1955, who thought that it would be a good symbol of the future state. The government agreed. The state dog of Alaska is the Alaskan Malamute. They were used as sled dogs to carry heavy loads and guarded their owners from wild animals, and they even babysat the owners' children while the owners went hunting. Their owners were the Alaska Natives. The state land mammal of Alaska is the moose. It is also the state symbol of Maine. Male moose can grow gigantic antlers, and all moose live 15 to 25 years. The state marine mammal of Alaska is the bowhead whale. Natives hunted it for its flesh and blubber and bones. They live over 100 years and weigh around 80 tons. The state fish of Alaska is the Chinook salmon. It also goes by several other names, and the name Chinook comes from an Alaskan tribe called Chinookan. The state insect of Alaska is the four-spot skimmer dragonfly. It was chosen in a contest in 1995. The other contestants were the unmarked slender mosquito, the morning cloak butterfly, and the bumblebee. The state flower of Alaska is the Alpine forget-me-not. It is said that in Alaska's flag, which is a picture of the Big Dipper, the blue-black background behind it represents not only the sky but also the flower. The state tree of Alaska is a Sitka spruce. It grows faster than all other spruces, and this is helpful because its strong wood is used in ships, instruments, and even parts of planes. The state fossil of Alaska is a woolly mammoth. They lived during the Ice Age, the last Ice Age, and up to 3,600 years ago on an island in Russia. They also survived to almost 4,000 years ago on an island in Alaska. The state gem of Alaska is jade. It has it in extremely large amounts, including an entire mountain made of jade in the Seward Peninsula, called Jade Mountain. The state mineral of Alaska is gold, mostly because of the gold rushes that took place in Alaska. The state song of Alaska is Alaska's flag. It describes the flag of Alaska and what each thing on it means. This is not the whole song, but I suggest listening to the whole thing after this. presentation. The capital city of Alaska is Juneau. It is fairly remote and fairly small compared to other cities. So why is it the capital? Because it has been. It used to be the cultural hub of Alaska before other cities showed up. The largest city of Alaska is Anchorage. It also has the most population of Alaska. 40% of Alaska's population comes from this city, which covers only 0.25% of its land. And it's not even crowded. It has almost 27,000 less citizens per square mile than New York City. The population of Alaska is around 731,000, which is equal to 1 person per square mile. Of these people, 52% are male and 48% female. The state nickname of Alaska is the Last Frontier. The reason this is a state nickname is not only because it is big and cold and harsh, but because it is over 500 away from its closest state, Washington State, which, when the nickname was appointed, did not even exist. Alaska is bordered by 4 oceans and 3 countries, which is British Columbia, the Yukon Territory, and Russia. Russia and Alaska are only 1 mile apart because of 2 islands in between. Alaska is one of 7 states that have glaciers in them, with over 100,000 glaciers in total. The tallest mountain in the USA, called Alaska home. Alaska also has forests, almost 130 million acres of forested land in the state. Most people would guess from the northerly location of Alaska that it is cold year-round. However, that's not entirely true because summer temperatures get over 80 degrees Fahrenheit in some parts, although winter temperatures can reach negative 30 degrees Fahrenheit. It's cold. In 2017, Alaska hosted more than 2.5 times its population in tourists. So what do all these people do? In 2020, a survey done by Plantware revealed that most of the top rated 15 tourist attractions were nature. So people come here for nature. Alaska is big. Because of Alaska's size, some people choose their mode of transportation to be air. Some of these are called bush pilots. These pilots take off wherever and land anywhere: a glacier, a beach, a swamp, as long as it's possible, and even if it isn't. The state motto of Alaska is North to the Future. It emphasizes the actual geographic location of Alaska, but also all the possibilities and wonders that call this great land home. Thank you.